All right, what's going on, guys? This is Maury,
Dave,
and Pat from the Erie Better Beer Bureau.
Today we got a beer from Deschutes Brewery out of Oregon. This is their Jubel 2010, the once-in-a-decade ale. This thing runs in at 10% alcohol. It was basically, it's only brewed every 10 years. I don't know if they've ever brewed it, since it's not 2020 yet. I don't think they've ever brewed it a second time. So we'll see what happens in about 9 years here. And we're going to get into this one. It's labeled as an American strong ale. Wow, dark fruit all over the place.
Yeah, lots of it.
Very malty, but it smells like it was once upon a time hoppy.
Yeah.
Does it not? I mean, it kind of
like
has
it
that
could've
American
been,
barley wine, like cellared kind of aroma
Right,
to it.
yeah. Like they were all faded out of there.
Yeah,
and now
like I
it
get
left
that
behind
candied hop aroma
Right.
mixed with the dark fruits and the
Right.
malty goodness.
Because you get the dark fruits, but there is kind of a hint of a bite on it.
There is. Man.
It's a murky looking beer.
Very
I mean,
murky.
it looks like muddy water.
Yes.
I mean, you can't see through it, but it's kind of clear in a way. Try this bad boy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's mellowed nicely. It taste aged.
It is definitely interesting. I get all those dark fruits and that candy sweetness up front, but then it kind of fades into like this. I get like a molasses.
There's almost a coffee bitterness on the end of it.
Yeah, and there's like this coffee. I was just you took the words out of my mouth. There's like a coffee bitterness on the the late end. I mean, after you're swallowing everything.
I'm convinced that this was a relatively hoppy beer when fresh. Just the way it tastes, it kind of reminds me of other very hearty American barley wines. Say a Trogues Flying Mouflon, but not that hoppy.
Bigfoot.
But there is the earthiness that's common to aged
that
hops
sweet,
in it.
earthy, hoppy, sticky goodness is a flavor in here, along with, like you said, dark fruits, a nice hefty malt backbone.
Right.
It's interesting.
I'm
beer,
getting
for sure.
like some, like I said, like kind of a molasses flavor mid palate. On the end, I'm getting kind of like a leathery taste, and then I'm also getting like that crazy bitterness. Like I don't know if it's like a malty roasted malt bitterness or if it's a coffee bitterness, but there's some sort of kind of roasted coffee type bitter finish to this beer.
All right, for the Jubel 2010, I'm going to go ahead and give this beer a 4 out of 5. I think it's pretty darn good. It's aged really nicely. I like the malty flavors. I still am getting a Americanized taste out of this, like this was once a hoppy brew. I feel like if you took it aged like an English barley wine this long, there wouldn't be any taste of any hops left at all. There barely is when they're fresh, but I'm definitely still getting hops in the taste, but I think it's a pretty solid brew. I'm going 4 out of 5.
Pat, what are you thinking?
I'm going to have to agree with Jay. I'm also thinking of 4 out of 5 for this beer. I do like the initial complexity of the flavor out of it. You get a really nice mix of several different dark fruits. It's kind of a roasty bitterness. Almost a hint of barkiness out of it, even though I know it's not aged in anything.
I can see it.
And though, as I am drinking it, the longer we've been doing this, I am starting to get just a little hint of alcohol on the back end on this.
A little bit, yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's enjoyable. It's definitely a sipper, though. Full-bodied sipper. I'll give it 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go one notch higher, 4.25. I like the complexity of flavors on this, and actually I really wish we could travel back in time and taste this thing fresh so we could confirm Maury's suspicion of hoppiness. But I love the leathery back notes on the back end. I like those dark fruits up front, and I'm really liking that kind of odd bitterness towards the end. I just like some off-the-wall interesting brews, and this definitely falls in that category. And I'm going to go 4.25 on that one.
All right, until next time. Cheers.